reporting, auditing, and regulatory compliance. Their expertise in accounting principles and practices is sure to provide you with a solid foundation for pursuing a career in finance and analytics. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming our esteemed speaker who will undoubtedly inspire and equip you with the knowledge and skills necessary to excel in the world of finance and analytics. Please welcome Ms. Pavandeep Singh Pandhari ji for today's session. I would like to request to take, sir, I would like to request you to take this session forward from here with your valuable insight of your experience and knowledge in the field of finance and analytics for our students of Eternal University and Akal University enrolled in the courses of BCom, MBA, and BBA. Over to you, sir.
Sure, thank you. Thanks a lot. So, guys, basically, I'm Pavandeep, and I have worked with many private equity firms. Those are one of the largest PE firms around the globe. The name of the firms are like Citi, Blackstone Group. Blackstone, few things I want to tell you. It will going to increase your knowledge because I'm not a school teacher. I'm a professional, and what I will going to tell you that will going to have a worth full to you. So take a note of these things. The first name I used, that is Blackstone Group. I have worked with them for 3 years. Take a note of that and do some research that how the firm is. Blackstone is one of the largest private equity firm, and with having a global opportunity, it is geographically located, and they are doing mass hiring in India. They are located in USA. They are having a head office in New York. So what I want from you that you should do a basic research about what things I'm telling you, so that will going to increase your knowledge. Here, everything is very important to, help you to increase your knowledge. Today's session is like completely based upon some pragmatic things. Life example, I will going to share you that how this private equity field can give you a better career than an IT professional. And the beauty of this industry is that it's a recession-proof industry. For example, in mid of 2020 to 2022, you have seen that many big companies, big giant IT companies like Accenture, Google, they have done mass layoffs. Today you are in office and tomorrow they have taken your laptop back and they just ask you to leave. So in the world of private equity, I'm telling you again, I'm marking such things that this session is very important because, because I want that you are a junior to me and I'm into this domain from last 10 years. So I want that each and everything is really very important to you because if you want to make a bright career in India, people say that, I have listened to my many friends because I'm in Delhi, I belong from Delhi, and in my society, my friend circle, everybody is running to Canada. I asked it why, what the reason of moving to Canada? No, in Delhi, companies doesn't pay. At this stage, I am at a 32 age, I'm getting a package of 3 lakhs per month. So it's not that companies are not paying, and even I'm running the school of private market. From there also I'm making good amount of money. So it's not that companies are not paying. There are very good companies, but the point is that, you want to go to Canada or Australia and making a career there, or you want to be in India and making a very good career over here. And everything is possible. Where I am working, it is in Gurgaon Cyber Hub. It is one of the top world 10, world infrastructure Gurgaon Cyber Hub used to provide you. So now what my point is that take it very serious because, in the world of finance, this is the field which pay you the highest salary. And I am not saying you anything, just like I'm in front of you and I will say you anything. I'm not a school teacher. I'm a professional. What I'm telling you, I mean it. And I will show you some proofs also regarding that. I have some facts and figure which I really love to share with all of you, right? So in 2020 to 2022, I haven't seen that a single private equity guy who have a basic understanding also, that company asked him to leave the job. But I have seen many IT professionals who are, very good into their field, who are working into industry from last 10 to 15 years. And company asked them that, you can leave. So that is something, really make me proud about my field, that the only one thing is, in private equity, the work-life balance means you will be having lots of work. You will never be on a bench. So I'm now coming to the point that the beauty of this industry is that it's a recession-proof industry. You will never feel that, that today you have a job and tomorrow company will going to ask you to say, they will say you asked to leave. So this is the beauty of this industry. So now my point is that I believe that all the industry, if you get an idea, now I'm coming, I'm taking you deep dive into it, that what private equity and other asset class is all about. So please allow me to share my screen. You can see the PPT which I have shared. Hello. Guys, you can see the PPT which I
Yes,
have
it's
shared.
visible. Yes, it's visible. Students, please respond.
To bring your interest towards the subject private equity, I will starting with the companies, who are the leader into private equity. I hope that the PPT is visible to all of you. If it's not visible, you can raise your hands, right? So the number one company, we have lots of opportunity in India right now. The private equity is one of the booming sector. The future is of private equity. I have seen that, people who are into private equity, they are making 10 times, 20 times better than who is making into IT. So, and right now, after COVID, after post-pandemic, many private equity firm is coming to India. Many private equity firm means we have abundant of opportunity than you take with any other geographical locations. Means after USA, and some European countries, India is really doing a lot of, very beautifully, lots of MNCs are coming to India and they are paying very good package. Means recently I've hired one guy, he doesn't have much knowledge, but he's having a basic idea about a private equity. And being a fresher, my company offered him a pay of 10 LPA. A person who doesn't know much. The only beauty is that he's having an MBA finance degree and basic understanding about the private equity, and he's been landed to a job. He's working under me only, he's reporting to me only, and he's landed to a job, very good, very decent salary company offered him. So the successful private equity firm, I want that, after this session, you can take, my number is with Pushpinder. You can take my number, you should do your research that whatever today I'm telling to you, is that anything which I'm faking it, or is that anything that is really, associated with the reality of today's industry. So in the number one industry in the private equity, it's like right now it's Blackstone Group, followed by Apollo Global Management. These are very big firms. It's like, it's a dream for the finance professionals who are from IIM Ahmedabad, who are from top B schools like Indian School of Business. It's a dream for them to get here. So a company like Apollo Global Management, Blackstone Group, Carlyle Group, KKR came to India. They have a headquarter in Gurgaon in 2020-23. So still you have a lot of opportunity. KKR is doing mass hiring. I have seen that last year, at the end of 2022 to the mid of starting of 2023, KKR hired more than, I believe, 200 private equity professionals. So after that is Eris Management, Octree Capital Management, Bain Capital. Again, Bain is one of the largest consulting firm. They are into private equity since year in year. So I have a complete, Bain report, which I teach to my students, but here I can't take that report because it's a very lengthy report. The complete, Bain published the complete, Bain and McKinsey, the consulting firm who are into private equity, they published the complete report. So I will discuss that things later on. Right now, I don't think that, it's a very big report, so there is no point to share that. So the point is that what are the companies who, who big private equity companies. So it's Apollo Global Management, Blackstone Group. Take a note of it. Carlyle Group, KKR, Eris Management, Oaktree Capital Management, Bain and Capital. So whenever you are reading private equity, or whenever you are reading anything like investment banking, I believe that more of you are from a finance background, so you might have a basic understanding about what I'm talking about. So whenever we read anything, private equity is a very niche profile. You will not see it here and there. Even I have seen that, I used to took a lot of interview. Colleges or even college professionals are also not aware about it, private equity, because it's a very, very niche profile. So when it comes to alternative industry, means we have two kinds of industry. The financial world is moving on the basis of two kinds of industry. One is the one which is tradable and the one which is exchange traded. Like for example, stock market. If let's take example, if someone from a Akal Academy want to purchase a TCS share, so where he will go and how he or she can purchase it? Anybody want to give a shot? Let me repeat the question. If somebody wants to purchase a TCS share from Akal Academy, then what he or she needs to do that? Guys, come on, it's a very basic question. Yeah, please, Aryan, please.
Harman sir, can you please unmute those students who have raised their hands?
It's Is it done?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Good
yeah,
afternoon.
please. Yeah.
My name is Aryan. So I would research about the share which I want to buy.
Your voice is not audible. Could you please little?
So first of all, I will research about that share which I want to buy, so that
Yeah.
I am not making any mistake, because in share market or stock price marketing, it is a versatile marketing that goes up and down. So first I would research for that share. After that, I should have a demat account, so for buying and selling of the share, which can be of different. I have different banks also, like HDFC Bank. If I have account, so I can have HDFC Bank's demat account or any other app like Grow or Zerodha. And after that, I will buy from that site the share of TCS.
Okay. So, Aryan, how to answer such things is like, you have given a very basic answer. Like, when you are sitting with someone professional, you should answer it that these are exchange traded products, because I asked you to compare it with private equity, right? I didn't mean that simple. It's like, you have the way to tell this answer is that as it is exchange tradable, as a retail investor, I can, purchase TCS. And what I need to do is that I need a demat account to purchase it. Okay, so my point is that you can purchase a TCS through having a demat account as a retail investor, right? Now, what is P? In private equity, do Aryan can purchase the private equity? Do Aryan can invest in private equity? Because many times I have heard from my friends that no, stock market is very risky. If you will get into stock market, your all money will go, right? I hope all of you have heard it, right? Right or not?
Yes.
So any one of you, any one of you guys, you can respond me like Aryan, and any one of you can respond me. And if anyone I have any specific question related to private equity, please you raise your hand. I will really appreciate that. So guys, I've heard a lot of people like you that, they are saying that no, stock market is very risky. I will not going to park money into that. If any one of you guys have any thought like that, then please start investing in TCS. I'm telling you, in 10 years, your money will going to get doubled. It is risky because, we have a lot of, we start investing through gambling, not by using our brain. So just a simple tip, invest in TCS, leave everything, right? So you can choose anything like TCS and Infosys, right? Now I'm differentiating with what's the difference between P and stock market. So here my point is that many times you have listened from your friends, family members, from your father, mother that no, not invest in stock market. It is very risky. It is gambling, right? So private equity is full of gambling. If stock market is risky, private equity is the father of riskiness. In private equity, the initial, if I want to purchase one share of TCS, how much rupees I need? What is the current value of TCS, right? The current value of TCS is right now around 3,500. So I need 3,500 bucks only, which is not a very big amount, right? You can easily, if you invest 3,500, it will going to get zero also. Then also, you lose 3,500 only, right? So, but in private equity, the scenario is completely different. If you want to invest in private equity, you need at least 50 millions, means more than $50 million, I am saying, which is not a small amount. Means the basic investment gets started with a very small PE firm, is around 100 crores. So the denomination size is very big. People like you, people like me, they don't invest into private equity. Even they are not allowed to get into private equity because it is one of the riskiest investments. So who invest in now private equity? So the people who are accredited investors, means the people who are having a huge money, they used to park their funds into private equity to get maximum returns out of their money. So people like banks, people like mutual fund houses, जिसमें आप लोग पैसा लगाते हो, they invest, आप लोग पैसा लगाते हो, but वो पैसा कहाँ लगाते हैं? Into mutual fund, into private equity. So private equity firm manage the money of not Pawandeep or not Pushpinder or not anyone, like you, but they manage the money of big houses who are the big players like Mukesh Ambani, like, any other accredited investors like Warren Buffett. So if you don't know Warren Buffett, please, I will not going to tell you anything about it. Read it.
सत श्री अकाल वीर जी, पवन वीर जी, मैं हरमीत here. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
yeah.
that I've joined late because I'm traveling to Dubai. मैं हुणे बस दुबई ही पहुंचे हैं.
Okay.
I hope सारा सेशन पुष्पिंदर भैन जी ने कंक्लूड करता
Yeah,
होगा.
yeah. Pushpinder really helped me a lot.
चलो ठीक है वीर जी, sorry for that. मैं थोड़ा
No worries, no worries.
actually flight late हो गई. I was planned कि मैं attend कर लांगा पहला. So बाकी
Okay.
तुसी session लो वीर जी, then we will talk later. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ discuss करेंगे.
Definitely.
Whatever, like how in future also, like तुसी जिਵੇਂ plan कर रहे सी, you're also planning to come.
Definitely.
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ ਸੀ. Private equity is one of the line where like students can like groom their careers also. So
Exactly.
hopefully many children will get benefit out of it, and we will be in touch in future also. I have a number also, so we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Vijay. I take your leave,
Definitely,
Vijay. Thank you. I'm in at the airport. So मैं सामान ले रहा सी, बाकी I will take your leave, Vijay.
Definitely.
Thank you, Vijay.
No
Thank you,
problem.
Vijay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So yeah, guys, where we are talking about a private equity, So who now coming to the point that who invest in private equity? So universities, take a note of it, please. Universities like Akal universities, sovereign wealth fund, like in Dubai, there is a sovereign wealth fund named as, I have worked for that firm for 2 years. From last 2 years, I am handling their project, and the name of the firm is Abu Dhabi Investment Council. It is very, very big private equity firm, it based in Dubai. So please take a note of it. The firm is really very good. If you get a job offer from Abu Dhabi Investment Council, then say that but what should I say here? Your college, your surrounding, everyone will feel proud of you. So it's such a big thing, private equity firm, I will say. So there is also very thin difference between bank and private equity. I will cover that topic also. So now my focus is into private equity. So mutual fund companies, pension funds, universities, accredited investors, means wealthy investors, These are the people who are only allowed to invest money into private equity. Retail investors. Who are retail investors? Person like me, Pawandeep, person like you, right? Those are not allowed to get into the field of private equity directly because it's a very risky investments, and the basic denomination size means basic investment size, basic token money which you need to give to get into the world of private equity, that is minimum is 50 lakhs. I'm telling you, I haven't seen any commitment which is done into private equity which is less than 50 lakh, and your 50 lakh is, there is no guarantee. Like you college, you joined your Akal University with a thought of some guarantee. College gives you a essence of guarantee that we will provide you a good placement, we will give you a very good career. People join IIM Ahmedabad, people join here and there with a thought that we will be placed. Parents thinks about it, right? But here there is no guarantee. It's clearly mentioned, the word with the document which private equity firm use, that is called as limited partnership agreement. Take a note of it. This is very important. Limited partnership agreement. Interviewer can always ask you, what do you mean by LPA? So take a note of these keywords. We can discuss it always, but take a note of this. I want that you should, in our next session, you should have a basic understanding about all these jargons. So limited partnership agreement, it's clearly mentioned that it's completely there is nothing kind of guarantee that your 15 lakhs can be turned to a 1 crore, or your 15 lakhs can be a zero also. There is nothing, or it can be negative also. So there is nothing guaranteed like thing. The instrument, this is the asset class which does not give you any kind of guarantee. But still I'm tracking this asset class from last 10 years, at the time of COVID, when everybody is crying, that in stock market, I have seen that people are losing money, private equity firm is making money. They have make abundant money in during recession also. And during at the time of I don't know, you have an idea about it, have you heard about Silicon Valley bank crash? Have you heard about it? The crash of Silicon Valley Bank, which recently took place in 2022, which is a very big crash. It's a threat of a mass recession. Okay, if you haven't heard it, then I will request to all of you to read this. The case of Silicon Valley Bank and how UBS and HSBC have saved it from the recession. So, these are the pragmatic things. Bookish things will not going to help you. Bookish things will only give to you a basic knowledge. But these are the pragmatic things which is happening around the globe. So you should know all these things. That what is in the field of private equity, it is very imperative that what is happening in your surrounding into the financial market, you should be aware of all those things, right? It is really very important. So guys, at that point of time, I have seen, PE firms post-COVID, when the COVID is at peak, at that point of only I have seen that the PE firm have given negative returns. But since the COVID waves goes down, the PE firms have given, ultimate returns. The another firm, which is another asset class which is very closely associated with private equity, that is private credit. Private credit have 52% increase in revenue after COVID. Let me show you this. This is a very beautiful article which I have taken for you, all of you. So please, let me share this with you because it will going to enhance your knowledge. What I want that, all of you should take out this article and please take a read or go through this article. It's a only, very short article, but please go through it. This article, this will going to, increase your horizon that how the private equity and how the alternative asset class is working. This is very important. I'm telling you, this field can give you an awesome career. So what high net worth investors can expect from private credit funds, right? The first topic is, and another topic is private credit hits new high in 2022 on volatile markets. When banks are crashing, take a note of this topic, guys. I want that you should go through this article. Private credit hits new high in 2022 on volatile markets, right? Pushpinder, please take a note of it for the students. So guys, I'm coming to the topic, when Silicon Valley Bank, other big bank in USA is crashing, private money, the growth of private equity increase from last 1 year to another year is 49%. So it's an exponential growth. 49% when you have an asset under management, of $2 trillion means there is not another any asset class. You have heard a lot of asset class. Let me tell you what is asset class. Stocks like TCS, Infosys, these are asset class, Mutual fund is the another kind of asset class. Private equity, real estate, hedge funds, these are the alternative asset class in which I am working. Alternative means retail investors cannot get into this asset class. They can't park money into this asset class. So when everything is crashing, stock market is crashing, if you have any idea, if you have ever invested in stock market or if you are tracking stock market, the scenario of, 2022 to the mid of 2023 of stock market is like, stock market is crashing, stock market is crashing, stock market is crashing. But on the other hand, private equity is growing, private credit is growing, private credit is growing, alternative industry is growing. And today, the alternative industry having asset under management of $2 trillion means there is not any another asset in the market in the world, which is having an asset under management of $2 trillion. So this thing's not exciting you? A company is having such a big amount of wealth in his hand. Do these companies can ever feel the, craziness of recession? Right? I hope I'm trying to connect with you. I want, lots of interaction with you that is not able to getting happening. But anyways, we will be doing something for that also. So let me show you another pointer. Simple, very simple, layout I have prepared for you. This is I hope that I will definitely try my best to give you a basic understanding about a private equity in this section. So suppose in this article, if you are able to see the private equity, suppose the first heading here is private equity, right? Consider it as any company of a private equity. Consider it as a Blackstone firm, which is one of the market leader into private equity. Consider it. And today I want all of you to go to Blackstone websites. I don't want that after this session again you will go for a tea break and enjoy there. Please go through Blackstone website and try to connect what I'm telling to you. Try to connect me with the help of by reading the Blackstone website, by reading that what they are doing. Please do that at least for one day. Please do that for me, right? So private equity is a company which is having a very small hierarchy. They are very, very, very customer focused. They are not like other, banks. How it is different from banks, I will be telling you. They are very beautiful companies. Private equity, they are having very small hierarchies. The reason of having a very small hierarchies, as per my understanding, is that, they want very quick results. They don't want lots of breakdowns. So they are basically segregated into two main pillars. The one pillar is general partners and the another pillar is limited partners. Now, anybody of you want to give me a shot that what is the difference between general partner and limited partner? Anybody want to give me a shot? I can, I will really love to listen from you. If anybody of you having any understanding, please raise your hand. Yeah, somebody wants to, right? Hello? Yeah, bro, you raised your hand. The one whose name is reflecting from my phone. Do you want to contribute? Okay, guys, I don't think so. Please tell me that anybody of you want to tell me that, Gaganpreet or yeah, Gaganpreet, please.
Sir, general partner has fully control in the management. Where the limited part. Hello.
Yeah. Please.
Where the limited partner has no control or minimal control. in the management.
So guys, after this session, I want a big round of applause for Gaganpreet. One clap she deserves.
Thank you, sir.
So Gagan, at least I'm happy that you tried it. Your approach can be, we need to work on it. Your approach can be a little better, but at least I'm very happy that you have tried to give me a shot. It's a very basic thing, and all of you must be aware of it. But I'm very happy that you have tried it. During an interview, you will be analyzed by different thoughts. They will going to deep dive into by giving you a different scenarios and case studies. So these are when your basic clarity will not going to you will be not having a roots of basic clarity. You will not able to clear it. So at least I'm happy that she tried very well and have given a shot. So guys, let me tell you that who are general partner and you, because you will every time whenever you will be on a client call, whenever you will be on any kind of call with any big private equity consultant, you will listen just to words here and there. It is very common. So private equity is basically a firm. Let's take private equity as a Blackstone, at a top hierarchy, they are the sponsors. So the firm is basically segregated into two parts. One is general partner and the another one is limited partners. So the general partner is the one who is having a complete responsibility of managing and monitoring the fund. That's why they are also called as an active investor into the fund. Getting my point? So they are having an ownership stake into a fund. But on the other hand, limited partners are the investors like mutual fund company, like pension fund company, the one who is having a lots of cash in their balance sheet. The companies like big universities like Oxford University, any other big sovereign wealth fund. So these are the people who will be coming under as a limited partners who have shown their trust towards a private equity firm, that these are the firms who can give me much better returns than a market generated returns. Market generated returns means that suppose, Gaganpreet is a company and she wants to invest in a stock market. Then she thought that if I am investing $100 million into a stock market, suppose Gaganpreet as a HNI means high net worth individual, right? So Gaganpreet, instead of going directly to a stock market and investing 100 million from there and getting 1 million of a return, so this is something which is better. Or if Gaganpreet go to a private equity investing 100 million over there and 100 million is turning into if she's getting a essence that 100 million can be turned to a 200 million. So what decision she will going to take? Obviously opinion 2 is right? So private equity, this is the difference, that private equity company give you an assurance. It's an assurance. Again, note my keyword, it's an assurance, not guarantee. They give you an assurance, but their assurance is much in a layman term, I'm telling you, their assurance is much above than a guarantee. And so private equity firm gives you an assurance that we have a capability, we have a manpower, we have all the strategies which we will going to put into your organization, and which our strategies will going to bring a turnaround into your company. I will going to give you one more pragmatic example. So now the topic is very clear to me. The private equity, see the triangle which is very dark and circle, right? So private equity is a company here. The name of a company is Blackstone. You can take it any other thing. So it is basically a closed-ended fund. Now we have in the market, we are having a 2 to 3 types of fund. So these are very important. When you invest into a mutual fund, so any of you, like any of you students, like Pavandeep, me, you, any Gaganpreet, Pushpinder, any one of you can invest into mutual fund, right? This much I hope that you have a clarity about that, right? Because any retail investors can park money into mutual fund. Okay. Now coming to private equity fund, they are closed-ended fund. Mutual fund are called as open-ended fund. Open-ended fund means they are less risky investment, then risk is there also. Mutual fund also having a certain amount of risk, but it is less risky than private equity firm. That's why they call themselves as open-ended fund. Open-ended fund means at any point of time you can enter into a mutual fund, at any point of time you can exit from a mutual fund, right? I hope you're getting my point. If not, I will really love that if you please raise your hand, right? So when it comes to private equity, you don't have any type of option. Once you get enter, you will not able to get exit. That's why it is called as closed-ended fund. During interview, it's a very, very common question with the basically with the fresher. They ask, interviewer will ask you, what do you mean by open-ended fund and what do you mean by closed-ended fund? So to check your basic understanding. In book, like, in our finance book, you will never see that this kind of questions will be there. But this is very important, I'm telling you, right? So you should know that what's the difference between open-ended fund and closed-ended fund. So I'm not going to deep dive into it, but the basic understanding is like in open-ended fund, at any point of time you can enter, at any point of time you can exit. So the best example of open-ended fund is mutual funds. And when it comes to closed-ended fund, so in closed-ended fund, you can only enter, but exit is not as per your wish. Because if you want to get exit, then you have to wait for 10 years because the fund maturity age is 10 years, right? So this is basically the first channel of the private equity firm. Now I'm coming to another arm of private equity, that is limited partner. So here, see this point. Limited partner. So limited partner is like who can be limited partner? Limited partner is basically any HNI, any sovereign wealth fund, any universities, any private equity firm, any mutual fund, any pension fund. Means in short, the one who is having lots of cash in their balance sheet. And limited partner is having a the way she mentioned, I really like that. Mutual fund is a passive investor into the private equity. Means limited partners are the passive investors into the private equity. Means they have no control. They can't give any suggestion. They can't come to general partners. No, GP, I'm giving you money. I want that instead of investing in Zomato, you should invest in Swiggy. No, they don't have any right. Where GP wants, GP will do that. They have no controlling rights. So that's why limited partner, the keyword is associated with limited partner is like a passive investor. So what happened that how the hierarchy begins is like limited partners invest money, they commit money into the private equity fund, and private equity fund invest that money into a underlying series of portfolio companies. Okay, so let me show you here. Coming to, in my field, if you want to come to my field, your Excel skills should be very good. This is, day and night we work on Excel. I'm taking a short form, guys, because we have less time. So P means private equity, right? So I'm taking an example of private equity firm. Consider it as KKR. KKR is one of the, again, very big player into private equity industry, right? They recently come to Gurgaon they have a headquarter, they have an office in Gurgaon. Still hirings are going on in 2022. Okay, so private equity have two hierarchies. One is LP, one is GP. Okay, GP, what GP do? What is the role of GP? GP is basically the creator of the fund. GP also act as an sponsors to a fund, right? Sponsors means the one who is the creator, right? The one who is the creator. So what GP do? GP creates a PE fund. Okay. Now what is the role of a PE fund? PE fund, GP says that this is the fee fund who is having a fund. These are the jargons which you have to note it down. I really like to, in next session, I want that if I ask anything related to this, you should have a thorough understanding. So what PE fund says that to launch, GP as per who GP there are some rules and obligations. So for launching a fund into a market, GP should say, GP should tell to the people that what is the fund size. So let's consider the fund size is 100. Here I'm taking everything in dollars, right? Not in INR. So $100,000, right? It's $100,000. So for bringing a fund to a market, for launching a fund to a market, GP needs how much money? $100,000. So the asset under management should be how much? $100,000. Now my question to all of you, even I'm not asking a question. It's like a simple thing. Like for launching any mutual fund, I hope that all of you have invested any, around small bucks also in mutual funds. So for creating a mutual fund, for launching a mutual fund into a market, how much asset under management is needed? From here only you will come to understand that, see how big the private equity market is. For launching a mutual fund, you can launch a mutual fund with a capital of, with the asset under management of, mutual fund can be launched in 10 crores also, 10 CR also, 20 CR also. But for private equity, it needs at least 1000 CR. So this is the main difference between the asset under management of private equity and the asset under management of a mutual fund houses. That's why, once if you will be getting an opportunity to manage an asset, to take a control of a health, asset under management of so big firms, that's the reason that they are paying you well. That's a connectivity, if you have to manage a portfolio of $100,000 asset under management, and if any mistakes happens, if anything goes up and down, right, who will be screwed off? People like you, people like me, who is managing the fund, right? So that's why this is the need of a private equity firm to hire a very, very best person in the industry. They pay very well. The reasoning about is that they want to hire a person who is having a very solid foundation, whose communication skills, whose Excel skills, who is having an analytical bent of mind, who is having a very thorough understanding that what is going in the market. So that's what my point is. So private equity fund, to launch a fund into a market, they need a fund size of 1000 million. Now from where this money will going to come? This money, they used to prepare one pitch book, and they published that pitch book to the market, to the banks. They published that pitch book to the banks, to the HNIs, and then HNIs, those all comes under the category of LP, limited partners. So limited partners money will bring this much amount of money. They will going to give this much amount of money to the PE fund. Now PE fund, what will we do? PE fund will going to invest this much amount of money to the underlying portfolio companies. Note this word, underlying portfolio companies. This is a very beautiful word which you have to use during an interview. Underlying portfolio companies. If you will say, like, many students I have seen that what they say that, what do PE fund say? That very, very simple language. We are not here. If I'm with you, then you are not here to use a simple words like PE fund used to take money from the limited partners and they park that money to the, then they invest that money into XYZ companies. No, but take it a little bit professionally. If somebody is going to ask you, that's why I'm trying to, explaining you from the scratch so that a picture should get clear to you. That from where the investment gets started, from where the pitch book should, what is the necessity of pitch book, how the things are going on. That's why I want to explain you from the scratch. So now this 1000 money, limited partners have given money to the GPs. Now their role is finished. You have given me the money, your role is finished. So that's why I have called them as a passive investors. Means once they give the money, their role is finished. Now they have no rights to instruct to the GP. Now the GP role start. GP will going to take this 100,000 money and invest under the underlying portfolio companies. Now the portfolio companies could be Zomato. The portfolio company could be Swiggy. The portfolio company would be anyone, you know. So private equity companies now private equity companies want, 100% control. The word which she is mentioned, Gaganpreet, they want ownership, full ownership of the company. More than, they always, bet for more than 60% ownership. When they acquire any company, they take more than 60% ownership of that company, so that all the voting rights in board of meetings, all the voting rights, everything, all the essential decisions which they want to take, nobody can, stop them. Nobody can intervene in that. They don't allow anyone. So that's the reason that, they bring so much money into the picture, that they purchase the more than 60%, or they took more than 60% ownership in a company, so that they should have a complete voting rights. Getting my point? I hope that till here we are very clear, right? So the idea here is, after taking a, suppose P fund have purchased Zomato and have more than 60% ownership of in a company. Now Zomato have no rights to say anything to private equity company general partners, because now the rights of company, 60% rights of a company is with general partners. Now what general partner want, they can take any decision in a company. The way they want to structure a company, they can do. Nobody have a right. So why do they do that? Why do they do that? I have already tell you one reason, that, they don't want any kind of intervention of other people into their decisions. GP consider themselves as a decision maker. So they don't want any XYZ, any Tom, Dick and Harry, to come and, give them the suggestions. So why do they do that? Because, this is one more beauty of a private equity firm. I want to understand you, and this is a very significant difference. If any point of time, if any interviewer will ask you, if any person asks you that how the PE firm is different from this, so you can tell them this is one of the significant difference, like India. In India, we have SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. SEBI is having a full, SEBI keep his eyes on, all the mutual fund houses. SEBI keeps eyes on all the wealthy investors, where your money is coming from, where is your money is going on. You don't know anything, but SEBI knows everything. Who are the wealthy investors like Mukesh Ambani, Ratan Tata, the one who I respect a lot. Another big entrepreneurs, SEBI have an eyes on everyone, where they are, where the inflow and outflow of cash is happening. SEBI, and like in USA, we have SEC, that is called as Securities. Please take a note of it. Securities Exchange Commission. They are globally recognized. SEBI is only for India, but Securities Exchange Commission, he is the regulator of USA, and you can also say it's that, he's a very big regulator. He is having he monitor each and every world market. He have a control in European market. He have a control, means his suggestion, if SEC will going to say something, if SEC is going to implement something, into any asset class, all other regulators like India, China, Pakistan, everybody have to implement that. So what private equity fund wants, that, they invest anywhere, and they do anything. They do anything. They are the, they are not, they can do anything to gain profit. They do anything. Anything means anything. And that's why they always want themselves to hide from who? Regulators. Who are they? They are the regulators. Private equity fund always want that they should be very less monitored by the regulators. And this authority is only with private equity fund. That's why, they acquire this is the definition of a private equity fund. Private equity fund only park their money, only acquired a private limited companies. Take a note of it. Private limited companies. It means that private equity firm will not going to acquire the company which is exchange listed. For example, the example which you have talked at the beginning of the class, if private equity firm want to acquire TCS, that is Tata Consultancy Group, do they can? Anybody wants to tell me? No, they can't. PE firm is not allowed to do that. But there is another way also. If they will going to acquire any, any public listed company, means the company which is listed in stock exchange like Nasdaq, Sensex, or Nifty, then what they do, they delist the company from a stock exchange, and they means, for example, let me give you an example. I don't know that you are understanding this jargons or not. So if PE fund want to invest into a company, for example, I'm not taking TCS. TCS is a very big company, I'm just taking a basic TCS example so that you should understand it, but never take TCS example. Okay. So if private equity company, XYZ company wants to acquire TCS, which is a public limited company. Okay. Public limited company क्या होती है? Public limited company are those companies which are listed in stock exchanges, right? So if private equity company wants to acquire TCS, what they have to do? They will going to acquire, they will going to purchase the company, and then they will going to, this is very important terminology, delist the company. So the terminology delisting means that they will going to delist them from stock exchange. क्योंकि इसके पीछे रीजनिंग क्या है? इसके पीछे रीजनिंग ये है कि वो नहीं चाहते कि टीसीएस, जिस कंपनी पे हम पैसा लगा रहे हैं, जिस कंपनी को हम खरीद रहे हैं, उसकी डिटेल्स मार्केट में जाएं. TCS को अब अगर TCS is being listed into a stock exchange, so as per SEBI rules and regulation, every monthly and every quarterly and every annually, TCS have to share their financial informations publicly with their investors. But private equity doesn't do that. Private equity never do that, because private equity ultimate goal is that where I'm investing, how I'm investing, why I'm investing, how much I'm investing, nobody should know. It should be hidden. Even I don't know. I'm handling lots of PE clients. I don't know. I know that where they are putting, that is my understanding, that I know, I decoded that where they are investing. They can't hide that with me. Even I decode that, how much amount they are investing. But still they, because I'm working into this industry since long, but still they, they track, they design the templates, they design the Excel files in such a way so that they don't want that their information should be get publicly used. And even if ever I will going to share any of their information to the public, they can sue me, they can make my life hell, right? So before joining into a private equity company, they will going to take a complete they will going to sign your company. Suppose you joined any XYZ firm, they will going to take a complete signature of yours, that if any point of time, if you're going to breach the data, if you're going to breach the data privacy of the company, they can sue you, they can take any significant action towards you, because data in private equity is really very important. The money, the flow of money, where the money is going, where they are investing, that is something, they invest billions of dollars in doing all these things. And if any XYZ company comes to know that what is, suppose Blackstone strategies will be known by KKR firm, then how the things will going to work, right? KKR will come to know that, oh, okay, Blackstone is investing under this portfolio companies, why should I also invest here, right? Anybody wants to say anything? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Please tell me.
Actually, I was saying that screen was not moving. My screen is stuck. I don't know if others are able to view the other screens.
My God, guys, you able to see my Excel sheet? I'm since long showing you something on an Excel sheet. You able to see that or not? Hello? Guys, are you able to see my Excel sheets?
No, sir.
Some are
sir.
not able to see that. That's what there is a problem. That screen is not moving.
Anybody can help it, because that is something which is not in my control. I'm speaking since long. I have shown you, I have shown lots of examples to you, and now you are saying me that you are.
That's what, there was a problem coming.
Actually, I will talk to Dr. Harmeet. There should be a coordinator who should manage all these things because the control is with him.
Actually,
Still,
sir,
you can able to see the Excel sheet or not?
Only, sir, you can change your Excel sheet, sir, not mine, sir.
Bro, your voice is not audible to me. Could you be
The screen visualizing is only changed by you.
hello?
I think he needs to stop his slideshow and then restart the slideshow. That usually fixes the problem.
Okay.
So, stop the slide, stop the share, and then share screen again, and then I think it will work.
I thought that, since so long I'm giving an example and I thought that you are able to see everything.
We got it, sir.
Sir, we thought that you are showing only 11th slide, sir.
Okay, no worries. As of now, you can able to see the Excel, which I've shown you. आप मेरी Excel sheet देख पा रहे हो? This the Excel sheet which I'm trying to show you.
no, there is no change, sir. There is no change. It's still stuck on the first slide where we started. I think sponsored backed lending.
Hey boy, you should tell me this little longer.
Actually, no,
I've
sir. Actually,
spoken a lot.
my ID was not working for getting disconnected. That's why I was trying to get into it.
Okay. No,
Yeah, now it's coming, sir.
Thank God. Who are you, man?
My name is Bashar. I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Management Studies, Akal University.
And you are the?
I am assistant professor in Akal Business School.
Okay, that's good. You are the professor. So, professor, you tell me that have you ever heard about a private equity market?
Actually, this was getting disconnected. I was not able to tell you that screen is not moving. My network was poor.
Oh, guys, any one of you, please take a responsibility of if you are not able to, because my all efforts are getting waste if you were not going to tell me, So please take a risk, because I said you that I'm not a college professor, I'm not your teacher, I'm a professional, right? So please cooperate with me and please let me know that if you are missing something, because this is something which is, help you a lot. I'm telling you, mark my words today. If you able to, any one of you out of 64 here, we started with 91 and right now we are at 64. So I'm telling you one thing, any one of you able to make a career in private equity, you will always be thankful to me. That much potential the world of private equity is having. You can see my LinkedIn profile, you can see me, you can ever ask my any question. You can take a note of my number. My number is Pushpinder already have. So this is my number, you can take a note of it. We are covering private equity, the credit products in much detail. So let me show you. You can see the Excel sheet which I've shown to you right now.
One Excel sheet
Yes,
is
sir.
Let me show you again. Now you can see this Excel sheet, this workbook.
yes, it's reflecting that private equity and some numbers and
Yeah, great.
Yes,
Yeah, let me cover this for you very soon. So basically in private equity, here the word I have used private equity because I'm carrying much more experience into private equity, but for you I'm using the word as alternative asset class, right? Alternative asset class means those asset class which are not publicly traded, right? Which is not traded into any exchange, which is not traded to NASDAQ, which is not traded to Sensex, which is not traded to Nifty. So any asset class in which two things, any asset class which is not publicly traded, any asset class which is in which retail investors like Pavandeep, like Yashika, like anyone, Pushpinder, anybody who can't invest money, yeah, right? We as the retail investors are not allowed to park money to alternative asset class. Like now, what all asset class comes alternative asset class? Okay, now my question to you is, what all asset class comes under alternative asset class? So the first is private equity, the another one is real estates, the third one is hedge funds, the fourth one is private credit. Okay, so these are the few asset class which comes under the category of alternative asset class. Okay, so see here I have mentioned in my the lecture which I used to talk, I have clearly mentioned the School of Private Market, means the school which has been running by me online sessions. Okay, and I clearly mentioned that it is a career which will going to give you a recession proof career. So the reason behind this is that in private equity in last 10 years, I haven't seen that any person been asked to leave from the company. But on the other hand, I have seen many people into the field of IT field. I believe that you also have, your brother and sister into the IT domain. Or if you don't have anyone, just Google it. That how many persons have been laid off by the companies in 2021 to 2022 at the till late 2022. You will see that people, big companies like Google, Accenture have kicked off the employees in a number of 500 in a one day. They just ask them to leave. Now, what's the reason behind that? The reason is that they are paying very well and they don't have a work now. The client have taken their process back and they ask because they can't pay them 50 lakh rupees like that only, right? So that's why they ask them to leave. But in the field of private equity, this will never going to get happen with you. Private equity pay very well, means how much the IT companies used to going to pay to you, the same amount of salaries the private equity company will going to pay to you, and it is a geographically located company, means it's not that you will see the opportunity of a private equity only in India. You will see the private equity openings. Sorry guys, I'm just getting one call. Hello. Yeah, Pushpinder. Hello, yeah, you call me. Pushpinder, I'm Pavandeep. I'm taking a session only. No worries. Yeah, guys. See what kind of discussions are happening. So, guys, see, private equity have lots of very beautiful career. So the things which comes under this domain is reporting and controlling. Means what you are doing, you have to report to very basic informations. We don't report everything. Private mutual fund companies used to report each and everything. मतलब कितने की आपने चाय पी है म्यूचुअल फंड कंपनी के लोगों ने, वो भी उनको रिपोर्ट करना पड़ता है सेक को. इन प्राइवेट इक्विटी कंपनी दे डोंट रिपोर्ट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, दे ओनली रिपोर्ट वेरी माइन्यूट इंफॉर्मेशन व्हिच इज लाइक व्हिच is the risky investment, risky information. They only use to report those things. So the topics which we cover is reporting and controlling. Okay, all these things comes under reporting and controlling. All the things which comes under the category of private equity from basic to high level. Okay, how the private equity firm do their performance reporting, means how the fund is performing. There are certain ratios to calculate that how the fund is performing. Like for example, this quarter if I'm getting 10% return, next quarter return is 11%, 12%, 30%, how much it is, there are some formulas to calculate it. So these are the formulas which we use to calculate the returns, right? So there are other important things which all these things we used to cover it. I will share this with you if you are going to WhatsApp me, So private credit, this is the product. Let me show you private credit, I said you during the beginning of my session that everything which I will be see this is one of the asset class which comes under the private equity. And during my session, I said you that anything which I'm telling to you, it has a meaning to me. I'm not telling you anything like that only, right? So let me show you something. You're able to see this screen. Private credit hits new high in 2022. Hello? I don't think so that you're able to see. So actually, guys, there is an article which has been published into the internet, and that article says that, you know, private equity companies, private credit companies hits private credit companies give a maximum growth of 47% in 1 year. So in private credit, these are the topics which we covered during our classes. Okay. And then consulting. So right now, I will not going to give you any basic overview of consulting, because in consulting in itself is the god. If anybody gets selected into consulting, then, like, you know, earning 1 CR in India is very easy. So I'm not covering the topic of consulting right now. So for this details, we can connect later onwards. So since long, I have given you few examples that how the private equity company works. I hope that you got a basic idea that how the company works, right? You can see my PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's coming, sir.
Yeah. So friends, again, you know, this is very important topics here I mentioned here. You know, whenever I'm taking a class, the things which looks be pragmatic and important, you know, which can be helpful to the students, I always cover those things, you know, in my topics. So see, this is a life cycle of a private equity fund. So this is a very beautiful slide. I want all of you to give focus on it. You know, this will going to help you to understand that how the private equity company basically works. So let me tell you that life cycle of a private equity fund. Suppose a company like Blackstone, you know, is a private equity company. They have created a private equity fund. Okay. The fund who will going to monitor the cryptocurrency. Okay. Every fund have some target goals that to whom they will going to monitor, right? So I'm just taking an example that the fund which is going to monitor the cryptocurrency. Okay. So private equity firm, what they will going to do is that private equity firm, they will going to monitor the cryptocurrencies. Now, how the life cycle begins. So the first stage of the life cycle is fundraising. Means they will going to liaise with different limited partners. They will going to talk with different limited partners. They will going to share their plans, that what plans they have, what kind of you know, fund they have, and then they will going to request them to park money, to invest money with them. So the first stage is fundraising. See here, I hope you can see my screen, life cycle of a PE fund, right?
Yes, sir.
The first stage is fundraising. Once the private equity company, means who will going to give the fund? Limited partners, who are the passive investors into the company. Okay. So once they will get a fund, then the second stage is that they will going to do the investment. Means they will going to invest into the underlying portfolio companies like Zomato, like other companies, you know, they will going to invest. And the goal of investing is that the profit, once they invest into the company, and you know, the profit which they will going to get out of that company, they will going to invest that amount, they will going to distribute that amount to the LP. For example, they have taken 50 lakhs from limited partners, and they invested that 50 lakh into the, you know, as per the second stage what says investment stage. Now they have taken the fund, they have raised a fund from the limited partners, they put 50 lakhs into the company, they acquire a company like Zomato, and then when the Zomato starts working, when the Zomatos, they put all the strategies and everything into the company. I'm not going into that details. And when the Zomato start giving profit, you know, to the companies, then what happened is that they hold it for the some time. Like so the holding period is, the fundraising period is 1 to 2 years. Holding period is 4 to 1 to investment period is 1 to 4 years. Means first 2 years, Blackstone raise funds. How many LPs they look for different LPs. They share their plans. They used to sit with them. They used to explain their investment strategies, and then they raise the money. Once they get the money, then they invest the money, and then it comes to holding period. मतलब एक investment की life cycle है, ठीक है? First 2 years they raise the money, till first 4 years they do only investments, and then till 7 years. Till 7 years means at least 5 to 6 years. They just let that investment into the company. Then they focus on how to transform that company. Means the companies whose revenue is 20 million, how they can use the strategies and change that revenue from 20 million to 100 million. So that is the third stage, holding period means. And then the last stage comes, that is divestment. Then the underlying portfolio companies where they invest the money, they sell those all their investment, and then the profit which they have generated from there, that profit they will going to distribute to the whom? LPs, right? This is the circle. This circle goes on. So again, I'm going to recap to you. Private equity company taken money, that is the first stage. They raise money from LP. Once they get the money, that everything happens first 2 years of the private equity fund life cycle. Once they raise the money, they start investing that money. Okay, that happens till first 4 years of a fund life cycle. Okay, they invest that money. Once the investment is done, अब ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आपने अगर आज ही invest कर दिया तो आज ही आपका पैसा grow हो जाएगा, right? I hope that is clear to you, right? So once they invest that money, they used to wait for certain time period, right? So that time period is around 6 to 7 years. After that, they start looking for selling the company, divestment. So there is a certain exit strategies, that how they sell the company, how they exit from the company. So there are lots of strategies. They exit through IPO gateway, they exit through merger and acquisition gateway, they exit through different gateways. Okay, and the reason of exit, once they exit, so they invested 50 lakh, once they get 200 lakhs, so they have a profit of 150 lakhs. So that 150 lakh profits, they think that in in 10 years they have make a sufficient profit. They exit from the company, they distribute that profit to the LPs. So this is basically the fund life cycle. Okay, so LPs invest into the company. 90% stakes LPs have into the company. Rest 1 to 2% stakes GPs also have into the company. So both invest into the company. While GP invest into companies, GP invest into the underlying portfolio companies. The reason is that GP wants to give assurance to the LPs that it's not only your hard-earned money which we are putting into the investing into the portfolio companies, it's our money too. Okay, it's not that only LPs are investing, GPs are also investing to bring confidence to their investors that we are also investing something. We are also investing money into the company. If anything goes wrong, it's not only you who will be having an impact, it's me also who will be having an impact, right? So obviously I can tolerate your loss, but I will not tolerate my loss, right? So this brings confidence to the investors. Oh no, man, if I am investing, GP is also investing into the same company. So why are you going to cheat with me, right? Because the major goal is to make profit. So this is basically the private equity market is all about. So guys, I think that we can wrap up now. But I have seen that we have lots of children here, and any point of time you need any kind of knowledge, because I know that it's a very niche market, and any knowledge you need into the world of alternative asset class, into the world of private equity, you are always welcome. My contact number is already with Pushpinder. You can take with her. Okay, and also we are providing a session. You can join those sessions also. It will definitely going to help you. We have a tie-up with lots of big companies, where we can again give you an assurance, not guarantee about your placements. At the end you have to work on yourself. You have to prove yourself. Yeah, we will guide you. We will help you to make you understand that what all interviewer wants from you. We will definitely gonna guide you in all that, right? So guys, now I want that, one by one, if you have any questions related to private equity, you are more than welcome to me. Please ask anything if you want to. Else I'm good to wrap up. But yes, I will also plan
Yes,
to.
please ask one by one. All those who are participating, ask one by one. Let
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
speak and wait for him. Yes, anybody having a query? Any question? Avneet,
Yeah, Avneet, please. Yeah, please, Avneet, I will request you to turn on your camera. The reason is that there should be a proper visibility to each other, right?
yes, Avneet, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Avneet, a short introduction about yourself, what you are doing, so that I can able to understand you.
Am I visible, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Avneet Kaur. I am a student at Anand University in MBA Business Analytics first year. I want to. My question is, uh, what skills and qualifications, what skills equities firms need, and as a student. Uh, and as a student, how I can prepare myself to have a job in private equity firms.
Yeah, Avneet,
How
a
can
very
I
nice
prepare
question.
myself?
Avneet, let me tell you a few quick things, about the field of private equity. Analytics and private equity are closely, we need a lot of analytics. We need the people who is having analytical bent on it. But yes, with that, you should also have a finance background. It's not that you have done BC and you have done analytics and then you will able to enter into the private equity. No, it will never going to get happen. Analytics is a very strong thing. People with analytics get much better pay what I am also taking. But with analytics, you should be having a finance degree like MBA finance. Like when you are taking when you are choosing a specialization in your college, it is very important because MBA degree is also very important because big companies like Blackstone, they will not going to hire you without MBA degree. MBA degree is very important, Avneet. And on top of that, with MBA, you with analytics specialization, you also need a specialization in finance. Means like, a dual degree. You can talk to your college academic, like, sir, I am already into analytics, but if I also get a background of, finance, or there is a mark sheet, there is some finance subject should be there related to portfolio management, portfolio monitoring, because I'm handling all those things, right? So these are very important. If you will not be having a finance, in your mark sheet, or in your degree, then I will be very honest to you, the client will not going to shortlist you.
Yes, sir. About this, I want to speak that we are already having security analysis and portfolio management in their curriculum.
Sir, please turn on your camera the way Avneet did.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, they know me. They have seen me before.
Because I will not able to recognize you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avneet, thank you. Thanks a lot for your time, and it's really, I really appreciate for your nice question. Look
Yeah,
like you are
we
very
are.
curious to get into the field of private equity. So I will definitely, love to help you in future also.
So I want to
Yeah,
ask one
guys.
more question. Can I?
Yeah, please, Avneet. Yeah.
And sir, I want to know the strategies that private equity is used to generate returns to their investors. What type of strategies they use?
First of all, it's a very nice question. I don't want to come into the, this question again, because this is one of the critical thing, right? And, I have seen the audience. I feel that, audience does not have much knowledge about the private equity. That's why I didn't get into the strategies. Avneet, there is lot of strategies. There are lots of strategies. It's not one strategy, and every strategy is very typical. Every strategy is very typical. Let me, I am happy that you have asked this question. So the first strategy is leveraged buyout. In my, at the beginning, I have said you the name. I have taken the name of the one firm, one company which is in Abu Dhabi. I have worked with them. Even I am working with them still also. The name of the company is Abu Dhabi Investment Council. Okay. 60% of the private equity investment, more than 60% of the private equity investment, what Abu Dhabi Investment Council do, they used a strategy called as leverage buyout model, right? It's LBO. Please read it. I never thought that somebody will going to raise this question from, this much bench of mine. But if you have raised it, I will request you that after this session, Google it. If you still didn't get a clarity, you can call me at any point of time, right? I will be happy to answer you. But it's a strategy called as, there is not a single strategy. There are many other strategies, but I have covered everything in my PPT, but the first is LBO model, which is very popular, very popular. Okay. How does LBO model works? I am not getting deep dive into that. The another strategy is mezzanine investment strategy. Okay. Mezzanine investment strategy, the another strategy. Please take a note it. Mezzanine investment strategy. If this small things, if you're going to mention in your resume, and the person like me, when I'm screening your resume, if I don't want to also call you, then also I will going to call you if only the LBO word is in your resume. So that much weightage this word is, having. So the first one is LBO. The another one is merger and acquisition strategy. The third one is mezzanine. That is strategy. I'm not going to deep dive into it because all the strategies are very lengthy. There are lots of things, lots of examples which comes under to make you understand. And it's not so easy also to understand. It's not an easy strategies to understand. The person who only handle, means LBO strategies, they are from IIM Ahmedabad. They are like, I'm reporting to Vinita Jain, right? And she's from IIM Ahmedabad. She's sitting in Singapore office, right? And without top MBA grad college, you will not be get directly chance. I'm supporting to her, but she's directly, handling LBO strategy because it is very critical strategy, very critical. So in future, whenever we'll be getting a chance, we will discuss more, about this strategy. So the another one.
Sir, excuse me, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please introduce me yourself like Avneet did.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, Shika.
Good afternoon, sir. So my name is Yashika Thakur, and currently I'm studying in Eternal University MBA Business Analytics. Sir, my question is, as you sir tell that we in this private we have to do the main skills are MS Excel skills. But according to you, sir, what are the another skills we have to learn, sir?
I don't know why this, again, a good question comes up. So analytics, I said you're right, down the line, last 5 years, tax analytics is not important in private equity because most of things which we are doing now, we are doing day and night on Excel sheets only. But no, the client wants, everything to be very organized because private equity is unorganized market. You can unmute yourself. You can mute yourself, sorry. Yeah. So Yashika, private equity with Excel, if you learn Power, I'm still learning Power BI. So because I get a request, my clients wants report in Power BI. I haven't used it Power BI in the future, so I learned it very quickly. So client wants that with Excel, if you have a combination of two major tools, I'm telling you, please note it down. Everyone, Avneet, you also, it's Power BI or Tableau, anyone, not both. Both is not required. Either Power BI, either Tableau, and with that Alteryx. I'm telling you, this two tools will going to open a door for you. These two tools will going to open a door for you into the world of consulting, which I haven't covered also in my topic because I thought that you guys don't have much knowledge about the consulting. But these two topics only, guys. Power BI or Tableau, anyone, not both is not required, and Alteryx. These two things can open a door for you to consulting. And the starting package which consulting companies offer in the field of private equity is minimum package what they offer. I've seen that 20-25K. They start the career from there. So that is the beauty of private equity. So I hope that you have taken a note of what two tools I have said to you. These both are one of the best analytical tools.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, guys.
Thank you so much,
as you're a new student to the MBA, Yashika, we are having in your curriculum the subjects of data visualization using Power BI, and we are very fortunate to learn in your course the use of Power BI tools, and Tableau is also there, and you'll also be going through other equipments which will be help you. So don't worry about that. We are having that in the curriculum. And also, I want to add to the previous participant that we are already teaching financial management, security analysis, and portfolio management in our curriculum. That will help you to understand the core finance of doing things.
Okay,
Great.
sir. Thank you.
Yeah, these two things are very important. Yeah, guys, anybody have any further questions?
Anybody who want to ask a question?
Sir, you also told about limited partnership agreement, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, little bit of
LP is basically an agreement between a private equity firm and between limited partners. Okay, so the agreement says that how the means it's an agreement in which a basic example is when you give your house on a rent. Okay, you sign an agreement called as rent agreement, right? In rent agreement, there are few rules and regulations which are laid down over there, right? In same way, in limited partnership agreement, there are few rules and regulations which is being mentioned over there, like where the private equity firm will going to invest their money. Okay, what will be the distribution strategy? So the distribution strategy is a very important question. The private equity firm use different kind of distribution strategy, means profit distribution strategy. So the one is waterfall model, the another one is hurdle rates, the third one is watermark. Okay, these are the three strategies which are globally used, and these strategies have certain features. All these features are being mentioned into a limited partnership agreement. After that, how much commitment means how much and at what stage they have to give park money, means how much investment they have to do and at what stages they have to do. All these things are mentioned in the limited partnership agreement. Means anything which is important to both general partners and its investors, everything will be laid down into the limited partnership agreement. There are much more things like what is the ownership percentage, what is the commitment percentage. There are lots of things mentioned into the limited partnership agreement. Means when you will be working, you have to track the LP agreement. You will be getting an LP agreement, you have to track it, you have to take out the important information which is given into the LP agreement also. Client can any point of time ask you that, oh Yashika, what is the ownership percentage I'm having into the fund? So you have to answer it. What is the debt percentage I'm having into the fund? What is the leverage I'm having into the fund? What is the commitment percentage I'm having? So all this thing information you will be getting from limited partnership agreement. So this is very important, thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Anybody else who wants to ask a question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, are there any recommended courses
so that I
or
can
books?
recognize you.
So my camera is on.
Able to see you.
Avneet Kaur this side.
What's your name? Let me tell you.
Avneet Kaur this side.
Okay, same. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please
So
tell.
Are there any recommended courses or resources that for us to learn more about the private equity?
Sorry, Avneet, I beg your pardon. Could you please you will please bit audible. Your voice is getting cracking.
So I am asking that are there any recommended courses or books that for us to learn more about the private equity?
There are a lot of things, into the private equity. We are also conducting a seminar on private equity, and also the topic which your mentor said, that like portfolio management, it comes under private equity only. Like portfolio management again, what all things they are covering, I don't know. But yes, portfolio management is like I'm handling one new project. We are working on onboarding one of the, take a note of that also, PIMCO. PIMCO is one of the big private credit fund. In last 1 year, PIMCO have grown, from PIMCO have a growth of 52% in the asset under management. So you just read about what is PIMCO, what is Blackstone, what is, KKR. From there only you will start getting an understanding that what is private equity all about, right? Further, you
Yes,
can
sir.
call me. I will explain you all this, because there are a lot of things, to tap this market. But yes, like portfolio management, credit portfolio management, all of these things, which comes under private equity. Private equity is not a small field. It's like an ocean. It's a niche profile because it's very new to. It's a very new profile which is coming to India, and because prior to India, Europe. Because private equity is a company which will help you to get into companies like in European side. In Europe, like, in Denmark, in Ireland, in Norway, there are in Luxembourg, Cayman Island. Here, they are the king of private equity. Means they pay to private equity consultant nobody can pay better than them what they pay, because they are the king of private equity. Since several years, they are running a private equity. Now, private equity market is starting after post-COVID. Private equity market is very aggressively coming to India. Lots of big giant companies are coming to India. Already they are settled very well, right? And they are hiring more than 200 resources. I have seen that, on a daily basis from last 2 years, I am taking an interview on a regular basis, because lots of openings we have. Last year, we have 123 private equity clients. This year, I have seen that, we are having more than 200 private equity clients. And on the other hand, when it comes to private credit, which is subset of private equity, and another product of private equity, last year we are having less than 50 clients. This year I have seen the pitch book, and we are having more than 200 clients. That is an unbeatable achievement. In last 2 years, my company hired 7,000 people, so which is a very big number. So this much business is coming to India. And after G20 summit, it is been said that the way they have submitted the G20 business, the more G20 is being done in Delhi, right? I hope you all are aware of it. So after G20 summit, it is being said that more business will become, more private equity companies will going to invest in India. More private equity companies are going to come to India. So obviously, the prospects are very high. Over to you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, guys, anyone?
Is there anyone want to know anything else? Please share your question with sir.
I'm telling you one thing, very quickly. Might be this will going to interest you. This will be of your interest. If a private equity company like Blackstone go to IIM Ahmedabad for a hiring, I am having some facts and figures. They pay. How much? Any idea? Rough idea? The starting pay is 1 CR in India. I'm saying in India. I'm not saying about foreign. I'm saying in India, and these are something which I've seen that so the starting pay is 1 CR, 1.5 CR, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. This is the starting pay. When private equity go to a normal universities, like normal colleges, I don't know, I don't want to take a name of any college, right? Like recently we went to Pune, and for a hiring, campus hiring. And the starting package, what we pay, it's like the person is reporting to me only. So I've seen that he does not have much knowledge also, right? So I will be very honest to you, but his analytical bent of mind is very good because his background is, engineering background. So he's very good in mathematics and he's very good in calculations. So the starting package, what we have paid to them is 1 lakh. So that is, I haven't seen that a great start. Haven't seen in any other industry. Means I've worked with investment banking also. I work with mutual funds also. I have handled mutual fund business also. I've handled investment banking also. I haven't seen this kind of growth anywhere. So that is the beauty of private equity.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your knowledge. I would like to call Mr. Pant, Dr. Pant, to say thank you.
Bro, can you please introduce me yourself? Else it will be difficult for me to recognize you.
I'm Harmanjeet from Akal University.
Sir, can you turn on your camera? If you don't have any issue, then.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm Harmanjeet from Akal
And
University.
be little audible.
I'm Mr. Harmanjeet Singh from Akal University. I would like to call Mr. Pant to say thank yous to you. Mr. Pant?
Yeah, I'm here. This was excellent, sir. This was wonderful. I told students that this will probably be one of the best presentations that they will hear, So
thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I wish it was more conducive environment for me, but I am traveling to Badu Sahib. One of the students who was asking the question, Avneet, he is at Badu Sahib. So I am the director of their MBA program, but I am also an ex-banker, and a lot of these investment bankers are. I left my banking career to come to teaching because I love teaching more than making money. So,
Yeah, right.
but this is, as I tell students, that this is where money is, literally as well as figuratively. You can't ignore the
Right.
screen. That's where the money is. But
Sir,
thanks for doing it.
day and night we only, Monday to Friday, day and night we only talk about money. So money is something which is in my mind. Although, I'm very down to earth person. I'm not a materialistic kind of person, but in office, in day and night, in client call, everybody used to talk about money. Where we should invest money, where the fund is going, where the fund is coming, how to manage expenses. So money, private equity is very closely associated with money.
Yeah. So, can you guide them further? Like you mentioned that they are not IIM. We are definitely not an IIM.
Right.
To be very honest with you, but I taught at IIM Indore, and I have 27 years of experience in US. So I've taught MBAs there. So I understand a lot of these things. The thing is, these kids, what I've noticed about them is that they are really passionate about things. So once they realize that this is good for them, they put their heart into it. That has been my experience of having been associated with these kids these students for about 2 years. This is my 3rd year here. So any guidance from you would be wonderful. You're willing to give out your phone number. Nothing like it,
Just see, I went to guest lecture for induction purpose, for orientation purpose. I went to several.
I'll mute myself.
But what happened suddenly? I had a word with Dr. Hamid, and then I have no idea about this university. I will be very honest with you. I am born and brought up in Delhi, so I have no idea. I never went there. But then I thought that, I talked to one person. I heard that, the packages are very less. Means he's working at, he is in my area from the Barur Sub University, and he's getting a very less package. So I thought that why, and I discussed with him. Then I had a word with Dr. Hamid, and then I decided that, let me, because this is the way I said you, this is very niche market, and this is very new product. So people are not aware of it. Many in corporate world also people are not aware of it. Even my friends, once upon a time when I started my career, I am working under few persons, and today they are working under me. So that's why, I love private equity. This is the beauty of private equity, that how they dynamically it will going to change your career. So the basic thing is like, you should have a thorough understanding. I will also going to share what is happening with, I will going to share a few articles with Dr. Harmeet or someone, if you, if you want to contact me with me on LinkedIn or anywhere else, I will definitely share a few things, because there are a lot of things, like you should know holistically that what is private equity. Knowing that is will not going to work, will not going to help. Like I said, what happened in Silicon Valley bank crash? What are the pragmatic reason why Silicon Valley bank crashed? Anybody want to answer me? So this thing should be on your tips. There is a big mismanagement of asset and liability, right? So this things should be on your tips, so that client will not going to give you a second minute that you should go here and there and ask here and there. So these things you should be aware that, what is happening into the private equity. And the beauty of this is that you should not need to aware of entire finance domain. We don't work with investment banking division. We don't work with treasury division. We are only focused on private limited companies. And what is happening in the private equity companies, how this investment strategy get done, we should be aware of it. That's it. So sir, today there were lots of disturbance. In next session, I will try that, we can bring more, more professionally, we can conduct this.
No, for a person like you, time is literally money. So, I mean, for a person like you, time is literally money. But if you could do another session with them, whenever it's convenient to you, just building up on what we discussed today, this was wonderful. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and especially the way you engage students, your energy level, it was really, really good. So if you could come one more time, as they say, once more.
No, definitely. Only I'm available on, Monday to Friday. I used to work. Right now I'm super busy. I'm onboarding one of the biggest, client is getting onboarded. So I'm the name of the client is PIMCO Fund. PIMCO is very big investment bank. So right now I'm super busy with them, but weekends I'm always available. I'm having a fixed off, Saturday, Sunday, and I don't do anything. So on weekends I'm always available. You can reach me out at any point of time. Also, I will plan to visit to your university also. He shared few pics with me, so it looks very good to me. So definitely I will plan to visit there.
No, this was wonderful. You couple of times
Also,
you
sir,
said you are not a
at any
teacher
point
or a
of time,
professor, you are a good teacher.
Yeah, if you need any help, or also, for the placement of your candidates, how to help them to get into the field of private equity, I'm always here. Again, I can, again, I want to tell you that this is the field. After doing a lot of research, I can say it's a recession-free field. I haven't seen, I have worked with many candidates. I have worked with many candidates. I haven't seen that, a company will going them to ask to leave, because why? The reason is we have very less resource in the market who knows what is private equity. So that's why, the one who knows basic also, we don't want them to leave us.
Yeah.
Over to you.
They have good education, the quality of our MBA. I have taught it. I have taught it in the US. Sorry about the background noise, but this is important. So the quality of their education is pretty good. So that is one thing. Second thing which is good about these students is that they are really hardworking, very focused,
Great,
which
very
is
good.
excellent. And we keep them busy throughout. So maybe someday, who knows, they don't have a brand name of an IIM.
Definitely,
That's
definitely.
what they are lacking.
Even I'm not from IIM.
Huh?
Even I am also not from an IIM. No problem in that.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know whether I should say good to know that or not good to know that, but जी. See, but this is, they कभी time निकालिए, if you can find time over a weekend, you are a national teacher. So you will also enjoy interacting with these students. I love to learn from you.
Definitely, sir, I will come. Even, I will, you can call me even if you
Okay, but
want
thanks.
any one of your children to be get placed into our company. Definitely, I will go through his or her resume. And definitely, I want that, our people, our children should be get placed into the good way. The struggle which we have done, they should not do, right?
Yeah, if you would, right, we'll talk, we'll discuss with you. That would be excellent. Any
Definitely.
help from you, any mentoring? These are good kids. These are capable students.
Great.
That's great, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Thank you.
students. You did a good
Thank you,
job.
sir.
Yeah.
Guys, it's
Excuse me,
really a
sir.
very nice interaction with all of you, especially the one Gaganpreet who answered me that what is private equity. I'm telling you, out of 10, I have seen only 1 or 2% should answer the such things, and the word which she said that who is having a more ownership into private equity, that I really liked and appreciate. I really want to appreciate her for that, and Avneet and another one, Yashika. So guys, again, it's a very beautiful field. Please think about it. The idea here is just to make you familiar about in one session we can't cover all the things, right? So the idea here is to bring you familiar, to make you familiar with the product private equity, because I'm telling you, you are lucky that this session is being organized by your college, because I'm telling you very honestly, I have seen the persons who did their MBA and who doesn't know what is private equity also. Mark my words, I'm telling you very honestly. So during interviews, we just see the analytical, because we need the people, because right now we don't have a person. So we just see two things. If communication skills is good, okay, and because here you will be having lots of interaction with the client, okay, and if communication is good, if her personality means analytical, a little bit mathematics is good, we hire them, because we need a person who right now we don't have a good resource. So just think about this career, this field. This is a super field. Coming 10 years is of private equity. Means 2023 to 2033 is of private equity, especially in India. So very good luck to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
For your
Guys.
time, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the insightful session for our students. We will like to hear from you more in coming days or in coming month. And we will expect you to visit us and interact with our students to get more into the finance and other industry opportunities.
Yeah,
so very warm thank you for your time and all the efforts you made here. For us, it was very interesting and enlightening session. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure. Thanks a lot, guys. Happy weekend. Enjoy your weekend and do study. Do search today. Today, your job is to search that what is limited partners, what is GP. Read about Blackstone. I'm telling you, many professionals in the industry does not know what is Blackstone. So read about it.
Okay, sir.
Sure, sir.
Hello, bye. Take care. Good luck.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yes, Avneet got this side. If we have any query, and what time we can contact you, we can call you with our queries.
You can call me at any time. You can ping me on WhatsApp. I will definitely see. Monday to Friday, I was super busy. On Saturday, Sunday, definitely I will answer you, right?
Okay. Thank you so
So
much,
you
sir.
don't need to worry. You can add me on LinkedIn also. I'm like super, active on LinkedIn. I am a creator in LinkedIn. I have a private equity news. I am also publishing private equity newsletters in LinkedIn. The word which Avneet you mentioned, like about investment strategies, about waterfall model, you will get in my LinkedIn
Yes.
newsletter. You can subscribe, you can join the LinkedIn newsletter channel. Every month I used to publish something over there.
Okay, sir.
So it's like a very good
Thank you,
interaction
sir.
with you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So good luck to all of you. Have a very good career in the field of private equity. I wish all of you to see into private equity because we are hiring for our new fund and we don't have a resource to hire. Again, I will be very honest to you. We are hiring for our new fund, which is very big fund. The name of the company is PIMCO. Just do little bit study, do little bit research about a PIMCO company. It's a very big US-based investment management firm. And we are not getting a resource to hire you because we need a resource and then client will going to take their interview also. It's not only we will going to take their interview, client knows that we don't have a resource. So we need someone who is having a basic understanding as of now and who is having a communication skills should be good, and we just hire them and also we pay them well, right? So good luck to all of you. And I want to see all of you next year when your placement should comes. I want to see you in private equity. I take care.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye.
Okay. Thank you, sir.